Hey everyone, Mo here. It's prime rib day. Let's get it started. Just like any piece of meat, you want it dry. Dry it off with paper towel, then season heavily with kosher salt and fresh black pepper. I'm leaving mine in the fridge for a few days uncovered. If you can do the same thing, go for it. If not, maybe an hour or two to get to room temperature. If you gotta cook it right away, you know what? Go for it. It's prime rib. It'll be good any way you do it. I mean, it's prime rib. Come on. So I kept mine in the fridge for about 4 days. This is what it looks like. It looks a lot different. This is actually a good thing. Kept mine out on the counter for 2 hours while I was preheating my oven for 450 degrees. So to a lot of people out there, this is how you're going to tell when your roast is done, basically. My reply is no. So I don't know what to do now. Maybe I'll ask it again. Ask again later. Great. Maybe third time's the charm? Better not tell you why not? Why are you being such a jerk, Abel, huh? You know what? I got a receipt and I'm going to use it. Definitely yes, it's done, yay! Okay, that's all a joke. My whole point is, a lot of people don't know it can be tricky. There's, 10 minutes a pound, 7 minutes a pound. Honestly, grab a thermometer, play around with it, and you'll learn eventually when it'll be done properly. That's my best advice to you. Sometimes I'll just throw it in the oven at a high temperature of 500, then I'll come back in an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'll look at it. It's medium-ish, it's fine, I don't care that much. If I'm cooking for a party or trying to impress somebody, then I'll take it more seriously. But when you learn temperatures day to day, that's the best way to do it. Concentrate and don't ask, man, this thing is so mean, like, come on. Now, the tricky part with the prime rib, you do not want to overcook it. So I'm going to put a thermometer inside of it and set it. This is the kind of thermometer you can put in the oven, and you can keep the other part on the outside, so you know when your meat is done. I like mine rare, so I'm setting it to 122 degrees. Okay, next up, I'm going to do a vegetable side dish. So I've got some rutabaga here that I steamed for about 5 to 7 minutes. It'll depend on your size. Then I did the same thing with some peeled carrots. When both of those were done, I took them out and I did some broccoli. I steamed it for about 4 to 5 minutes. It takes a little bit less time with broccoli. That's why I took it out, because I don't want to over steam these. You can boil them, but you have to change the time of cooking. Steaming, you can't really ruin them, so that's why I prefer to do it that way. Alright, my prime rib is finally done. I'm so excited, but keep one thing in mind here. Leave it alone, okay? 25-30 minutes, let it rest, do not cut it. And see the little probe thermometer? Keep it in there. You take it out, it can leak juices. Just leave it completely alone. Put it on a separate plate or something. I'm going to show you what the next step is. Something a little unexpected. Okay, I'm going to drain most of the beef fat in here. This is very good to make things like Yorkshire pudding out of, which I'll show in a different video. Keep about 2 tablespoons in the pan. Okay, place your roasting pan on medium heat. 2 tablespoons of flour, pretty much the same amount of beef fat you have in there. And you want to whisk it all together. Now, make sure your pan is heat proof. Okay, this one most likely is. I'm not 100% sure to be honest, but this is an older pan. I'm not too worried about it. So whisk it in good for a few minutes, okay? Just get that raw edge out of there. Okay, next up, you want to throw in some beef broth. So I did 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of the beef fat, so 2 cups of beef broth. If you want a little bit thicker, go with 1.5 cups. Remember, some of it will evaporate. Throw in some bay leaves, some salt, and some pepper. Bring it to a boil and boil it for at least 10 minutes to make sure all that rawness is out of this stuff. And it thickens your consistency. Okay, once it's done to the way you like it, I want you to strain all of this out. Make it nice, clear, consistent. Okay, something a lot of restaurants really can't get right, and it bothers me. Side vegetables. A lot of them will boil them forever where they're gross, and they'll just serve them. They won't season them, or they'll throw in the microwave in a plastic bag and microwave them. There's a lot of restaurants will do that, believe it or not. If you're not confident enough to season your food, you shouldn't be cooking. Okay, so get your vegetables in the pan, high heat. You're going to add some salt and some pepper. Now, for those of you that don't know what rutabaga is, go to the store and try it. This is really, really tasty. It's basically a squash. Or at least I think it is. Anyway, salt, pepper, and get it cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then we're going to add in some nice garlic. Not the mean garlic, but we want the nice garlic, alright? Which I'm going to call Pablo. Now, I'm going to add some butter for some extra flavor and some nice browning. And when that's all in there, I'm going to add in some chili flakes for some heat. This is going to taste so good when it's done. You're all going to want to add this to your regular repertoire. Oh, that is so nerdy sounding. Hold on, let me try that again. You're going to like this and want to cook it more often. There, that probably sounds better, doesn't it? Leave a comment down below about that. Okay, my vegetables and Pablo smell really good right now. Now it's time to move to our final phase, carving the meat and then plating everything up. Let's get started. So Matt, this is out of focus, but no big. You just gotta kind of cut along the bone line. It's not too bad. It just looks a bit more complicated. It might take you a try to get it exactly perfect, but you are fine. Now once you're done cutting the bones, you can cut them in half. You can give this to a dog, you can nibble around it, or you can save it, freeze it for later, and use it for stock. That's up to you. Alright, now if you're not a fan of the fat, this is your time to cut it out, but that's your call. So now, let's get to slicing. So I cut this into about 3 even portions. Now this one first piece that I'm cutting, nice and rare, just the way I like it. This can serve 2 people. Some might eat it by themselves, it just depends on how you like it. Now, we do the final plating. This is what I'm talking about. Prime rib with some side veg, a little horseradish, and some au jus on the side. This is how we feast tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the recipe. Thank you all for watching the video. And you know what? Leave me a comment about your prime rib. How do you like it? Tell me what you do for cooking or special holiday season. I'll see you all next time. What? Why not? Why are you being such a... Hold on, how do I do this properly? Why are you being such a jerk?